Hello. You are listening to Dads with Startups, a podcast about a couple of entrepreneurs who put family first.
Hey, Kevin. Good afternoon.
Howdy. Hello. How are you?
How was Christmas? We skipped a broadcast for Christmas, so how did it go?
Yeah, it was great. Pretty low key. My parents drove from California, from the coast of California, quite a long trip, and that was nice because we haven't seen them since early 2020 before the pandemic. Well, they haven't come this way, I should say.
Ooh.
So they hadn't even met my second daughter,
Oh, man.
and that was cool to actually have grandma and grandpa come to visit. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And then we've been dealing with we basically closed on our home up in the woods of northern Arizona. Let's see, we closed on the day before, 31st of the year, so right in time for the before the end of the year. And so we've been
Cool.
dealing with that, and we've got to get contractors in there now, and it's a new project. And just what I need, a new project. It's new projects galore up there, but
Yeah.
it's exciting. So
So what's the plan? When are you moving in?
we're gonna see. We have to be in there within 60 days to be this primary resident. So we
Oh,
need
yeah.
to figure that out with. We're trying to talk to our current landlords and figure out how to end the lease smoothly and stuff like that. So probably a few months, and then we'll probably it has two units, so we'll be renting also one of the units out while we're living there as well. So that is the part right now we're trying to kind
Oh,
of
okay.
create a barrier that's a better barrier between the main unit and the. Basically, it was a finished basement that they didn't put a kitchen into, so we have to block it off and then put a kitchenette in there
Add a
and stuff.
kitchen.
So. But yeah, I'm excited. It's a whole new world for
You gonna
us.
set up as a short-term rental Airbnb?
Yeah, I think so eventually. Right now, we're probably just gonna get somebody in there like more month to month, um, and maybe a traveling nurse or something like that, or somebody who
Yeah.
wants maybe somebody who wants to work remotely up there from the Phoenix area. So
Cool.
something like that. But yeah.
So you gonna set up a home office in the house?
I should. I probably will have to, but in the meantime, I'll be like you, where I'll be working, doing the best I can from either a common area or a room that's not being occupied. There is so the cool thing about it is it has a finished basement on one side. On the other side, on the bottom, there's kind of like a four-car garage. It's the length of the house. So it's
Wow.
two doors wide, but but two cars deep. And
Yeah.
so I'm thinking we can convert the back two cars into an office. That's my hope, is to put some carpet in there maybe and warm it up and
Oh, yeah.
do something like that. So I'm thinking that'll work out. But that's down the road. Until then, it'll
So
be
I learned
chaos.
from my accountant just recently, because I just bought a home with an unfinished basement.
Yeah.
And, he told me that you can write off on your taxes the interior,
Oh.
everything inside of the sheetrock. He said,
Oh, okay.
um,
For the
for
office?
taxes. Yep, for an office. So if you set up a home office,
Okay.
you can also include a bathroom in that. So
Really?
my
Oh.
unfinished basement, as soon as I finish a room and the bathroom will be the greatest write-off, because you've got all those components, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't include
That's
plumbing,
cool.
electrical, but
Okay.
everything else inside I can write
Oh,
off
great.
on taxes. So I'm
So
looking forward to
basically,
that.
the cost to have it, constructed and stuff is what you're talking
Yeah,
about. It's not just like I know there's like that, you can kind of expense out an office space on your taxes, but I didn't know you could do that with, the cost of
with a
construction. That's
construction
great.
part.
Oh,
Yeah, he
that's great.
said everything inside the sheetrock, so paint, carpet,
Ah,
and
nice.
in a bedroom that's converted into a home office, that's pretty much all there is, right? Unless
Right.
I want to get really fancy and add sound dampening, which I think I might
Gotcha.
actually. So
Yeah, not a bad
yeah,
idea. If
So
you're gonna
is it
be,
how far in the northern Arizona mountains are you? Like, is it snowy right now?
it did snow last week, the day we were closing a little bit, and so it's at the very south of the Arizona woods. So you really can go
Okay.
up hours up to the top, up to Utah.
Yeah.
And so there's probably but it's sort of the first forest town on your way up to the northern woods, and it kind of, you can go different directions up there. There's a lot
Okay.
of
Cool.
native tribal areas and stuff like that,
Yeah.
beyond that. But it's kind of nice because it's about 5 degrees warmer than Flagstaff during the winter, so it's not too cold, but also
But hot.
not too hot
Yeah.
either.
I can't stand that Arizona heat.
Oh yeah,
But
it's insane. You were here during the midst of it, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, in August. Yep, it
Yeah.
was really warm. And well, actually, they had a cold spell, and everyone was like, "You came the right time. It's nice and cool." It's like 99 degrees. I was like, "Man."
That's
But
amazing, right? It does feel so good when on a 99-degree day. You're like, oh, this is wonderful.
yeah.
Cool. And everything's going
Cool.
how's everything going? Your office, you're still working on that, right?
So yeah, so here's the situation. What, I'll reserve that for the net
Okay,
after a few minutes. So
sure.
we decided to have some structure to our shows, right? So
Right.
first we're going to talk about family, family stories, and then we'll get into business at that point. And so,
Cool.
um, yeah. So how's your family doing? Anything exciting happen?
Well, I'll put it this way. So the idea that we had was to have like try to find an interesting story or funny story from the family or a challenging one. Um, and so what kind of has been going through our house the last week is our second daughter. She's now almost two. She's a few months. Oh no, about she's a month from being 2 years old. She's now discovered music, and it's she's landed on this song that we have on repeat literally 24 hours a day that is driving me insane. It's just, it's a catchy song, so I understand, but my lord, it's just, I have it everywhere I go. I go to sleep, it's in my head. I wake up, it's in my head. And every time I see her, she just, oh, and she'll tell me that it's
You
called
got
Rain
to
Rain Go
share.
Away.
What is it?
Rain Rain Go Away by Bounce
Oh,
Patrol. It's a very specific version. It's very catchy. So if you want, yeah, for those of you who want to get an earworm in your head, that's a great one. And yeah, she demands that I play it all the day. And so it's funny with her. Um, she's very sweet, very social, but very demanding. I can't believe it compared to my first one. Like she knows what she wants and she will not take no for an answer, which is it's going to be interesting as she gets older. So that's it. I don't think, my daughter is going back to school now. So it was, a couple weeks without that. That was interesting just because I realized how much I appreciate school because I can actually get some
yeah.
work done. And so,
Uh,
so she's back now and I'm happy to be a little more productive now. So that's it on our
me
end. How
too.
about yourself?
Amen.
Any
Well,
updates?
we
Any?
on the music side, we got my son um, for his birthday. Yeah, he had a birthday, and it's poor soul. It's on December 29th. So his
Yeah.
birthday is sort of like an afterthought to Christmas.
Mm.
And we're like, sorry, bud, we didn't do that on purpose,
Yeah. Oh
Um,
man.
he, but he's 9, and we
Huh.
gave him, we have a couple Google Homes in
Yeah.
our
Okay.
house, and our kids have kind of grown up with those for the last couple of years, so they're not too annoying with them, but he'll get on and ask it to
Gotcha.
play music, and it plays through my Spotify account. So my Spotify account is full of all these, my wife calls them teeny bopper um,
Yes.
songs, and he's always asking for it, and we're always like, oh, we're so sick of this. So we got him a Google Home for his own bedroom, like his
Ah,
own, and he was
cool.
blown away. He thought he got the
Delighted.
coolest present.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're pretty cheap. We got it for $25.
Yeah.
So
Is it the mini ones?
yeah, yep. And so he's pretty excited to have one of those to himself, so he can listen to. There's this Teen Bop.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
album called Teen Bop, and he
I
loves
know those
them,
ones.
and we don't love them so much, but we tolerate it.
Yeah. And so is he
Yeah.
still using your Spotify account?
Yeah, I'm.
Sacrificed.
Google makes it very difficult to set up a Google Home. Anyway, I don't
Yeah.
need to get into it, but I'm working on the technology there to make it so he doesn't do that anymore. But
Right.
another funny story about his Christmas present. He also got some rollerblades.
Oh.
And he was like, "What are these?" Because kids just don't do that anymore,
Yeah.
But we were like, "Trust me, you'll love them," and he does. It's been a couple weeks, and he loves them.
Wow. So
But,
the kids don't do that anymore? What do they do now? I don't even know.
It was
Do
really
they-
hard to find rollerblades. I don't know what
Huh.
they do, but we went to so many stores, and so I went to this one sporting goods store, and they have. It's a pretty large store, sort of like a Cabela's type of a place,
Yeah.
if you know what Cabela's is, or I guess Bass
Heard of
Pro
it.
Shop.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have all this outdoor gear, and I am a sucker for sales on outdoor gear. So
Nice.
I went into the store looking for some rollerblades, and I found bikes were on sale, mountain bikes. So I came away with 2
All
new
right.
mountain bikes for myself and
Nice.
my wife.
Nice.
And
There you go.
those stupid sales, they get me every time. I go in looking for like a cheap little thing, and
Yeah.
I come out just spent quite a bit of money on a couple mountain
Yeah.
bikes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But those last
Yeah.
a while. You'll have some
Yeah, I
reason
could
to get out
justify
there.
it. Yeah. My wife wasn't too angry, but she knows
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to stay away from those sales.
That's so funny. Yeah, rollerblades. Those are. I think it's a good thing to do. That's not. I mean, I know kids are doing the hoverboard stuff now, and they have all these cool little gadgets where it self propels. But I mean, having a child that can like propel themselves is probably a better idea with their own momentum.
Yeah.
Cool. Fun. All right. Well, that's good. The holidays sound like they were good. Let's look at business wins, business challenges. I can go on this one. Yeah, the win I had is that I finally got an email out to my list. I think since last time I had sort of a warm list of WordPress users, past customers of ours that I knew were involved in membership sites and online courses to some extent because of what they had bought from us. And so I emailed out to that list, about 1,000 people, and got quite a lot of responses and interest by just simply pitching Owlish, what it does, why it's a better, solution for courses on WordPress, what we were trying to accomplish, and got a lot of enthusiasm, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I read that. That's exactly what I would like." I find it that a lot of the clients because a lot of them are developers, a lot of the clients that I build course sites for get confused, and it's hard to hand over those keys to them, or the login, I should say, for the site. So this sounds interesting. Let's talk. So I got a lot of interest from that, much more than I expected. I kind of expected to get crickets, honestly, but I got about 12 or 13 emails back, which was a nice amount, and had a few conversations. I had a demo with a few people on there, showing them that, and a number of people want to chat this month, and as they're they're doing new projects for clients. So hoping some of that kind of turns into some momentum for the product. So that would be a win. And I think the challenge I have right now is just trying to get everything done. as I mentioned at the beginning, like we just bought this home, and I need to go up and drive up hour and a half to this house to start doing construction projects, while also this is the month that I promised we would like turn things on. And so right now you can't sign up for Owlish without talking to me. You have to sign up for a demo. And I have been getting a few requests for demos, like, one or two a week, just from SEO and stuff
Nice.
like that, which has been nice. But
Yeah.
but there's no way for them to sign up without talking to me. They don't know how to do that. And now it's like, okay, I got to turn this on. It's not like this is a $500 product. It's just, it's free or $20 a month. So there's no reason why you should have to go
But
through a
that's
demo.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm a
Right.
believer in in the early days. I think you should be talking, even though
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
a scalable solution. I mean,
Right.
and the LTV of these customers is low, right? But
Yeah, definitely.
as long as you have a path to get around that in the future, I think you should be talking to your
Yeah.
customer.
Yeah. I think so. I plan to keep that up. What I'm going to do is keep the VIP service up so that I'm encouraging people who sign up for our list to schedule a chat with me to see, kind of like, let's have a call. We can talk about how we can help you with some premium and kind
Yeah.
of building out your site thing. So I'm going to keep that in play. So I do have a chance to
That's
talk
cool.
about. I think that's really important, like you're saying, to know to have a good, have a good sense of what people want and what they don't want, and not build wasteful features. But I am planning on turning on the site, or at least allowing signups, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I'm waiting for a few things to get fixed with the app with my development team. One is just adding a few onboarding things that happen when you sign up, and then the next one would be is some responsiveness issues that are there, so I need to fix those. So that's looking at like hopefully this month, and then we are going to reach out to some platforms such as Webflow and Weebly and start seeing if we can create some
Partner.
links. Yeah, partnerships there. So those are my updates. That's my challenge for this month is, can I do it all? So
Yeah. Are you building out the whole billing system, or are you using something like
Yeah.
Stripe's hosted pages? Or
I don't know about Stripe's hosted pages. What we're doing is something called Stripe Connect. Do you know that one?
yeah,
Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing for our, let's see, two components. One, we have to build our own billing system so we can bill our customers, but then we also
Yeah.
have to give them a way to bill their customers. And so we're starting with the latter part. We're implementing Stripe Connect, which,
yeah, that part sounds
familiar.
a little tricky.
Yeah, the nice thing is Stripe has really done an amazing job taking care of a lot of those complexities, so that you can. There was a video I watched called like build a multi-vendor marketplace in 5 minutes, and it's not obviously going to take that short a time, but
Yeah.
it was possible, and they've done so much of the heavy lifting, so that's going to be nice.
They have. It is
But-
quite smooth. I really enjoy working on Stripe's API. Really
And you
great.
use them. Do you use Stripe for people to pay for licenses and stuff like that? I mean, and customers. Okay.
My app integrates with many processors.
Oh, okay.
And Stripe is one of them. But I have a plan that I offer my customers where, if a city uses it, they can say, look, you can pay for your permit online, and you have to pay this convenience fee on top. It's sort of like when you go to a movie, you can buy a movie ticket through the theater in person, or you can do it online and pay like $2. And
Gotcha.
I used to always skip that and go to the theater and buy it.
Yeah.
Now I usually just pay the $2, but
Gotcha.
depending on the mood I'm in, right?
Yeah.
It's like I saw this meme that was talking about dads how all dads are the same, and when gas prices drop like 2 cents, they run out and fill out the car.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
50 cents a total, you know.
Yeah.
But
Small
anyway, I
wins.
do use Stripe Connect to enable
Cool.
cities to process funds, and that allows me to take a percentage off the top, and
Oh, okay.
take that convenience fee. So
How much do you take
Yeah.
out of curiosity? Just to get it, if you're
Um,
comfortable sharing.
that plan is not my standard plan. Most customers
Okay.
are not under that plan. So
Okay.
most customers, I'm not adding an extra fee on top of the credit
Mm-hmm.
card processing.
Gotcha.
But under that plan, I take it's actually 15%, or maybe it's 20. I think it's 15% up to $5.
Oh, interesting.
15% is a lot. That's not right.
50% up to $5. 1.5?
Yeah, it is. It's
15%?
15% up to
Okay.
$5.
All right.
So
That's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah. So really, mostly it's $5 for each transaction. I want to make sure that it doesn't deter people from paying
Yeah.
online, but
Yeah.
it's enough
Yeah.
to, help
Okay.
cover costs. So
I think that's okay. That's good to know. I'm gonna well, the cool thing about this is that you can set that price. I guess what I need to do is I don't even have any terms of service. I realize like I need to actually throw something up and just
yeah,
have the option to increase it if I need down the road. I also don't want to deter people, but I also want to. I think it would be fair for the free plan to take a little bit of a few percentage points for every
well,
course they
I
sell.
think that's fine. And the reason I model it that way is because a lot of cities, they don't, they're very averse to adding more processing fees and have this variable cost structure to their technology.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to government, they want to know exactly how much they're going to be paying year after year. And
I see.
so instead of just saying, look, through our system, we will charge you 3.1%, you know what I mean, for every transaction, where Stripe charges 2.9, and then we take an extra 0.2% off of every transaction. Instead, we're saying, look, we pass that on to the payer. So it's, let's say it's a business license. The business owner can decide,
Makes
do
sense.
I want to pay this online? It's going to cost me $5,
Yeah.
but the alternative is
Right.
write a check and mail it into the city,
Yes, right.
So,
Makes sense. Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
Well, this is good. Insightful.
But yeah.
So that's where I'm at. What
on
about
my
yourself?
end-
What's going on in the business world on your side?
Yeah. So there's a number of things that have happened. First of all, I've been looking for an office for the last couple weeks, and it was Christmas break, and having the kids at home is just driving me bonkers because my home office situation, I drove 45 minutes to this old shared office of mine to do this podcast recording but I'll probably be ditching this soon. I finally found an office in the nearest larger city to my house, and it's only a 15-minute drive, and so I'm going to be moving my base of operations up there. And
nice.
It's a nice 12 by 12 office and gives me a little bit of room to hire some people.
Great.
So
that'll be your own private office.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Great.
My own private office.
So I think
yeah,
that should be nice. We've enjoyed that.
How big is yours?
Mine's probably about 10 by 10, but we just upgraded. I just got a new window, which I'm excited about. Like, yay, some actual.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Which we didn't have before.
Yeah,
we paid $50
really
more
nice.
for that.
Yeah.
That's great, though. I think that'll be nice because you can bring in, especially, are you planning then to hire someone locally?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a sizable university in that city, and I'm hoping to tap into some talent there.
Nice.
College students, you can give them some lower level tasks, and they're pretty smart,
Sure.
and reliable.
And they want that kind of work.
That kind of thing too.
That's fun.
So on the flip side, though, I had an employee that was just a total rock star of an employee. She was part-time, but she was the best you could ask for in any way. And in fact, I was like, as soon as you want to go full-time, I'm ready to level this up, and have you a more prominent role in the company,
Yeah.
But she just informed me out of nowhere that her husband got a promotion and she's ready to go to school full-time and get a degree in a different career path. And I was super bummed about it. It feels like getting broken up with.
Yeah, it does.
I was telling my wife last night, I was like, I was like, all the feelings are the same as when someone breaks up with you.
Yeah.
Which I've been married for 11 years,
Yeah.
so I haven't experienced that feeling for a long
For a
time,
while.
but
Yeah.
um I was
So
like,
true.
yeah, I feel like I didn't have those kinds of feelings for this person, but the feelings are the same. Like, excuse me, like, what did I do wrong? And what could
Yeah.
I have done differently? And, um, I support her in her change and
Yeah.
whatever she wants to do. Um, but she, I feel a little bit hurt,
Yeah. Sure.
like
Sure.
those feelings of like resentment, but at the same time, I support
Mm-hmm.
her.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I was telling my wife this, she's like, I totally get it. Like, I get why you feel that way. If I had
Right.
fired them, it's different. And firing
Yeah. It's
someone
like
does feel like breaking up with someone. But the thing with
totally.
firing is, or breaking up with someone, you don't have remorse afterwards. It's more like relief. It's like, okay, I have that over with. I can now like
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
on.
Exactly.
There's apprehension, and firing people sucks to do that, but afterwards you're like, okay, I can move on really quickly here. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
so
it's
now I
the
went to, yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's the same thing too, where if you break up with someone, you feel bad, but you don't, but you also feel relief. Whereas if you were the one
Yeah,
broken up with, it's like, oh,
yep.
could you do
I
that?
know. Yeah, it's funny how much that feels the same way. The so that was my customer success person, and so then I had to handle all the customer
Mm,
service issues, and our largest client was onboarded. I had to do that myself.
wow,
So um
busy.
all my other plans got put on hold as far as what I'm going to do with, I had some software updates that I was going to do, and everything had to get put on hold. So kind of a bummer, but now I'm trying to hire 2 people instead of just 1, because I've been looking for a marketing person to help with some marketing, and that was gonna be a
Good.
full-time position, and now I have to hire another customer success person as well. So, fun stuff. Yep.
Yeah, this is the part of it where you're kind of in that. Seems like you're going to start growing, and so thinking about the team, and I think it's kind of good that you are able to now, I guess, hire. You have this new office where you'll be able to bring someone locally, and then hopefully that can be
Yeah.
a good route.
Yep, and I'm willing to have remote people. In fact, the job listing says remote is an option,
Okay.
or hybrid, but I get energized by being around people, and
Yeah.
so, even if they all work remotely, I want to get together regularly. So
Mm.
I do kind of want to hire somebody local or semi within driving distance to be able to meet at the office once or twice a week. Even
Right.
if people want to work from home, I'm a strong
Well,
supporter
yeah.
and believer in work from home and how productive that can be. But for me personally, and
Yeah.
since I'm the boss, I want to be around people. I want to sit and have a big whiteboard session in person with people. So
Well, there's also the argument of, I've thought about this too, because you were paying her, I think, as a contractor, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, right? So the other
Mhm.
thing is if you hire someone full time, you have to think about Nexus, I guess. I'm just starting to learn about that myself. And, I probably need to look into this more, but just like if I were to hire someone out of state, then, am I now dealing with new things I don't, that I may or may not want to
Yeah.
deal with. So it's
Did
something, you
mhm.
know, if you think about kind of locally, probably is good because then you're at least only dealing with the nexus of your own state, which you already live in. So, something
I
to think
looked
about
into
there.
hiring this last person who was in Arizona as an employee, and then I realized
Yeah,
I need to set up a whole unemployment insurance account through the state of
right.
Arizona and pay
Yeah,
Arizona
exactly.
taxes on top of
Yeah, yeah.
Utah taxes, and we decided to just go with 1099 for the time being. But when
Hmm.
it's a full time, I think there's something to be said about putting someone on your payroll instead of a contractor. I think you get more buy-in, and they feel a little bit
Yes.
more part of the
Yeah,
company instead of just,
absolutely.
temporary gig situation.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that there's definitely a dedication that comes with that, and they feel like they have a long-term relationship with you, and so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sounds right to me. That sounds cool, though. I think it'd be interesting. Like I was thinking about it the other day too. Like if we want, we could start to look at hiring folks locally as well down the road, and what would that look like, and would I even want that? Because right now I have a lot of freedom in my schedule, but if I had someone here at the office, I'd probably feel like I need to be there more. I can't just leave them alone all day. So
yeah,
there's pros and cons to it, but the good thing
yeah,
would be that it would kind of force me to be a little more focused, more productive, and all that stuff. And that's never a
yeah.
bad thing.
Those are all thoughts that have been going through my head lately.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Cool,
So
cool.
yeah.
So, and then
Anyway,
in terms of things for next time, what do you hope to accomplish, I guess, in terms of
yeah,
the accountability side of
challenges,
stuff? Yeah,
goals.
yeah,
Um, well, hiring is going to be a process. We'll probably do a few more episodes while I'm hiring.
hmm
Um, I've I've hired quickly in the past when I didn't have very many candidates, and I was like, I kind of set a deadline. This is the date I'm filling it, thinking I'm going to just get applications pushed in time, and then I can pick from someone. And that happened once, and it was one person, and didn't turn out to be such a great
Okay,
candidate. I hired them anyway, and that was my mistake. So um, I'm getting quite a bit of interest in this marketing specialist position that I'm
cool.
hiring for, but I'm still going to take my time and conduct several interviews, and I don't
Okay.
expect to have anybody probably until about February.
What are you
So
looking for, by the way? I'm just curious. Is this something that you're going to train them on in terms of the marketing side of things, or do you want them to come with some specialized skills of any kind?
I'm looking for at least a year of experience.
Okay.
So not exactly senior level, but somebody who um, knows a little bit more than me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, and our goals are to establish a stronger brand online presence. Through content marketing and any other things. There's a lot of channels that we can cultivate.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, and then we get a lot of leads from industry conferences. So this person would
Mm,
also kind of lead that effort. So
okay.
at the end of the day, they're responsible for generating more leads through whatever means necessary, but not
Okay.
really doing the sales pitches and the demos and closing deals. So I'm
Sure.
not really
Sure.
looking for a salesperson, more
Yeah.
like somebody who can think in a proactive, experimental way and think, how else can we tell people about
Yeah.
us?
Yeah. Okay. Generate leads to for you to kind of work on and
Yeah.
or a salesperson down the road.
Yep.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about that too, and it's like there's so many different channels. You know, there's there's a guy in a mastermind I'm a part of, and he's throwing money at Facebook ads and Google ads, and then what's interesting is like he was talking about. I said, "Well, what's your funnel look like?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't have any funnel. They go to the website and they leave." And so thinking, stuff like that, where there's even getting a lead, but then what do you do with that lead? And so it'd be cool to
Yeah.
find somebody that has a bit of background in, um, yeah, some basic
A little
background in
discipline.
funnels. Yeah, yeah. What do you do with people once you get them, and how do you cultivate them? How do you
Yep.
nurture those leads?
Yeah.
So that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like something we could all use. So
It's something that I wanted to learn, 80% of the job and then be able to hire somebody that
yeah,
just is the next level up. But I just don't have time.
yeah,
You know,
right. I hear
there's
you.
so much to do, and this is a priority. And I keep thinking, it's a little bit like saving for retirement, the compounding interest of saving, of developing your online presence.
Yeah,
The sooner you
totally.
start, the better for
Yeah,
the future.
yeah.
So
Good point. All right, cool.
yeah.
Well, I
So
will. My goal will be to Submit. Let's see. By next time we meet, my goal will have been to hopefully work out the onboarding experiences that are there, so that I can have emailed at least. Hopefully Webflow. I'll say that'll be my goal.
Cool.
Hopefully I have it done by then. That'll be big progress for me.
Yeah.
And to turn on the spigot, basically turn on the ability to just sign up directly from the website. So those two things.
Get those first paying customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good. Well, until next time, I guess, right?
Yeah, and hopefully next time I will be broadcasting from my new office.
Ah, nice. We'll do a little
That's my
tour.
goal. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, John.
All right,
Good
let's
chatting.
wrap it up with our outro.
Thanks for listening. You can learn more by visiting dadswithstartups.com. Please rate and review us by going to ratethispodcast.com/dadswithstartups. Until next time, bye.